This thing is huge, and that's what she said. Anyways, the old coot here coming at you with another exciting video. This might be the rollator for you if you're large and in charge, such as I am. 360 pounds, 6 feet tall. Maybe you're taller than that. Maybe you're heavier than that. The max weight capacity on this is 450 pounds. So I'm sure there's a model that's able to carry you if you're anything 450 and below. And there's different models. I'll put a link down below in the description. But what we're looking at here is the FlyingJoy heavy duty aluminum rollator. There's the instruction manual. Basically, the way it comes is in this huge box. It's not huge, but it's a big box. And then basically what they're telling you is that the net weight, meaning the weight of the product, is 23.5 pounds, which is pretty manageable. I mean, if you're that big and going to be like a taller individual, whatever the case may be, this should be a piece of cake to move around. Then the gross weight is 26.3 pounds, meaning the box and the packaging and everything else, you're getting an extra, like whatever that is, just shy of like 3 pounds or whatever. I opted for the blue color, and then we're going to get into some specific measurements here in a second. But I just wanted to kind of roll through, pun intended, the actual instruction manual. So there's the instruction manual, right? It basically tells you all this good information here, you know, maybe a bit bulk light for elderly to use or carry. Please select it carefully. There are different models, right? Model numbers, and I'll put a link down below in the description to all those. But basically what they're telling you is this is how it should look when it's assembled. There's your part number. Everything is marked very clearly, by the way, on the device. That's pretty much how it comes when it's in the box. So there's a lot of bubble wrap. There's a lot of packaging material. You just basically pull everything out of the box, and then it'll show you how to actually assemble it. So pretty simple. But once I took everything out of the box, I have to admit it was actually pretty easy to assemble. What happens is this handle is connected to that wheel via the cable. So it's all click and play, plug and play. Basically, you put the handle inside, you push this will be up here, but you push this little button, it'll slide right in and it'll click. Once it clicks into the first hole, that's the tallest or the highest setting. And then you've got all this adjustability here. I would say this is about somewhere in the ballpark of like 7 to 8 inches of adjustability in the handle height. And then the same goes with the wheels. So once you get one of the wheels in as well, see how they're all marked? Number 2, right? Number 2. So it kind of tells you like which side, you know, there's 2, right? There's 1 and 2. And it kind of just tells you like where everything's supposed to go based on the owner's manual. So it's pretty easy to figure out. But once you get one of the legs in, it's the same process. You basically slide the leg in, you'll hear that first click, and then again, you've got something like about 6 to 7 inches of adjustability. So we're going to take some measurements with a tape measure, but just know that you can either have it as high as it'll go, or you can lower it down depending on your inseam, where you feel comfortable sitting on it, your height, etc. Then you basically get the free wheel in. That's the wheel that actually moves and spins around. This wheel back here is the braking wheel, right? So as you squeeze this, so you're not doing this, right? You're grabbing this like a handle in here and then squeezing this way. That's what locks that wheel back there. And it's basically the same on both sides. So you basically have 2 brakes, 2 wheels that brake, and then you have this wheel up front, which is basically another steering wheel. So the way it's all designed to work is as you move it and roll it, see that the free wheels kind of spin and you can turn in whatever direction you want to turn in. And then the last piece to assemble is this right here, which is basically like your backrest. So when you sit down in it, your back goes here and you've got a comfortable little support. The way these work is pretty simple. You just basically slide them in. There's a tongue and groove kind of an assembly here. Slide them in, and then you click on the lock or the free, which is right there. See where it says open or locked? So basically this part turns. That would be open. I can pull it out and take it out if I needed to, if I didn't want to use it. But once it's slid in there and you click it in, basically then you just click this, turn this down, boom, and now it's locked and it won't come back out on you. But anyways, pretty simple to put together, pretty simple to use. Like I said, we're going to get into the measurements in a second, but you do have a little bit of storage area here. A little bit, I should say a lot of storage area. And you've got all this room in here to kind of do whatever. It does come with this little bottom protector. so that whatever you put in there doesn't go right up against like this nylon-y kind of material. Very good construction as well, I have to admit. Like, then you've got a little emergency pocket here where you can put, you know, maybe something more sensitive, like a piece of paper, your documents, whatever. This part closes. You can always put the instruction manual in there as well, but that part closes down. Here's a little warning. You know, everything comes with a warning these days. On this side, you've got a little more, you know, information about the serial number, all that good stuff. But pretty stout, I have to admit. For being something that'll hold 450 pounds, it's definitely, you know, going to be one of those devices that's going to last you. Well built, you know, well made aluminum. The handles feel great. This is kind of like a good soft rubber, but yet it's firm. So like the handle itself, like very ergonomically designed. Like I can tell, like just my hand on here, this isn't going to slip out. And there's also these little grooves. See those little grooves right here? So you have a place to put your fingers. So you have like a nice secure grip as you're walking along. And then, as mentioned before, remember to go through this loop, not down here. It's basically this loop, right? See that little loop? So you basically squeeze and your brake is applied. And now it pretty much won't go anywhere depending on how much you shake it or move it. And whenever you're going to get in or get out, what I would do is just kind of apply one of the brakes and then just sit in it. Let's see if I can actually do this in real time. So here we go. Let's see. So there I am. Okay, so here's my hand. I'm going to apply the brake, and then I'm going to sit down, and there I am. And there's all 360 pounds of me just sitting in this thing. And again, I have it at the highest setting, but you can obviously adjust it to go lower. The seat height right now is, I believe, at somewhere around 20 inches. So let me, with that being said, let me go ahead and get into the measurements. But as you can see here, pretty... You know, I'm a large guy, right? And this thing's holding me just fine. And then again, to get out of the chair, what I would do is apply this brake again. Remember, so you're not grabbing down here. Where you want to grab is in here. Apply the brake and then get up and out. That way it's a more secure platform to get in and out of the chair. So let's go ahead and take some measurements. Remember, this is at the highest setting. And let's go ahead and do that for you real quick. So the handle height at the highest setting, I would say ballparking it 41 to 42 inches. You know, give or take, if you want to go ahead and take that measurement, there you go. That's what you would be at, or 100, whatever that is. Centimeters? Centimeters. Okay, then let me go ahead and lower this a little so my tape measure isn't in the way. I would say about like right here maybe. Okay, so now the seat itself, the seat height at the highest setting is just about 2 feet. So that's from the floor, right? That's from the floor up to the height of the seat. You're looking at around 24 inches. The width and the length of the seat, let's go ahead and do that. So I would say, let's see if I can do this. I love doing these videos. One take wonder, and one hand's holding the camera, the other hand's holding the phone. Okay, I would say your seat height or your seat width, give or take, is somewhere in the ballpark of like 18 to 19 inches. Like to get a true measurement, I would say 18 and a half inches or so. So you still have room. See that gap right there? So let me see if I can do this measurement real quick. And let's measure the inside width. So the inside width is around 22 inches. So the seat was 18 inches wide, and then with the gaps, you're looking at about 22 inches right there. So depending, you know, if you're upwards of 450 pounds, I would say, you know, measure your booty, like the width, you should be able to squeeze in there is what I'm trying to get at. So that's 22 inches. And then the seat length or depth from front to back is somewhere in the ballpark of like 15 to 16 inches. I would say like 15 and a half inches or so is about correct. So let's call it 18 by 18 and a half by like 15 and a half. And then the backrest, let's do this measurement. So there's the backrest to, I would say about like the front of the seat it's somewhere in that same ballpark, 15 to 16 inches or so, give or take. So there you go. And then obviously remember, you've got 6 inches or so of play to go down, right? So the seat height was at 24 inches. Remember, this distance is 24, but you've got around 6 inches of play to go down. So if you wanted the seat lower to get in and out, maybe you're a shorter individual, shorter inseam, shorter legs, you kind of get the idea. I kind of like it high just because there's less effort involved getting in and out of the seat if I do decide to sit in it. But you kind of get the idea. And then, you know, loving the basket, that's a good thing. I love the features. It's very ergonomic, very easy to move around, roll around. Another quick tip I'll tell everybody is if you are going to go upstairs, the best way to do it is lock both your wheels, right? So remember, I'm going to put my hand through this loop. I'm going to squeeze and lock, and then basically just rock back and forth up a stair, right? And then maybe up a stair. You kind of get the idea. So basically you're kind of doing this up the stairs, right? So you're going to go boom, boom, boom. You're going to go up the stairs. And as you go up, just keep the brakes on so that it doesn't roll back on you. If you're going to do that, if you're on a flat surface and you don't have to go up any stairs, you know, that should be very easy to do. But anyways, I do like it. I have to say it is very well built for what it is. You know, it's definitely lighter than, say, a steel version would be, which is great, because the steel version of this, I guarantee you, is going to be over 50, 60, 70 pounds. So the fact that it's aluminum, lightweight material is definitely literally worth its weight in gold. Cable management, let's talk about that. So once you get your cables to kind of where you want them, right? Once you get your handle height adjusted and your leg adjustment adjusted, what you can do is you can always like zip tie this if you wanted to, but to me, honestly, it's holding its place. So like this might flap around, but what you could do is just take a quick zip tie here and just attach this, or a piece of Velcro or something, hook and loop, whatever you want to call it. So pretty simple. Anyways, I could go on and on about this thing, and I probably will in some future videos, but for what it is, and as big as it is, and as big as I am, I have to say I'm very comfortable in this. And like I said, there are other models available. There's smaller ones, they're smaller than that. And I will put a link down below in the description to FlyingJoy's landing page, right? So remember, this is the name of the company, FlyingJoy. There you go, heavy duty aluminum rollator. I love it. I absolutely love it. For the price, I think it's the highest quality at the lowest possible price. And a lot of times insurance companies, like this is just from personal experience, a lot of times insurance companies don't cover these. They'll give you the standardized rollator, which most of the time, sometimes they're made out of steel, sometimes they're made out of aluminum. They're just not strong enough, especially for like a larger individual, and they're not comfortable. This one, I have to say, is pretty comfortable. The backrest has this nice layer of cushioning and padding in here. It's also breathable, so that your comfort is there as well. You're not like, you know, you're not, basically you're not sweating, or you might sweat, but at least there's air in here. There's air gaps so that sweat might evaporate if that happens on a hot summer day or whatever. And then the seat cushion as well. I mean, this is pretty squishy. I mean, look at all that foam. Look at all that foam material. So very comfortable seat as well. It's made out of a good little nylon material, and again, very comfortable. I feel like this is a solid seat, like it's not going to go anywhere or break or anything like that. But anyways, hope this video out there helps someone. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I will put a link to FlyingJoy's landing page so you can kind of see all the different models that are available. But at least for now, this is the heavy duty one. Comes in a few different colors. Check all that stuff out. I'm the old Coot. I'll catch you all in the next exciting video.